Welcome to this second episode of John's Journal. And we are still in the journal of Nicholas Cresswell here. And I picked out a little segment from Nicholas Cresswell. And this is at the very beginning, right before he leaves to go on board ship. And it has to do with the idea of stepping out into the unknown. And also doing this when other people don't think it's a good idea. And the 18th century, 17th century in North America is full of situations like this, where people are stepping out to find something that they really don't know. They're stepping out completely, I guess, in faith, right? Hoping to find a better life, a better world. And it's a scary place to step out into very much the unknown for them. If you're leaving from Great Britain to North America, you have a difficult voyage ahead of you. Sometimes people didn't make it. It's not quite that bad in the 18th century, but it's certainly no fun. And then you're going to what could be, and some people talk about as a fairly hostile environment. And, it can be nice and safe at home. Nicholas Cresswell does what he does, even though lots of people are not excited about it. So this is Wednesday, March 23rd, 1774. This is like 3 weeks after he starts his journal. In the forenoon, I am employed in packing up my clothes. This has cost my mother many tears. After dinner, I went to Chapel en la Frith to put up my other clothes and see my chest in the wagon for Liverpool. Spent the evening with Dr. Green, and from him I understand that people in general think I am non compos mentis. Some attribute the reason for my going to one thing, and some to another, but they are most of them very wide of the real cause. Got home late in the evening. And then the next day he says, am settling my affairs ready for my departure. A disagreeable business. I wish I was gone. He has a tearful parting with his family, and they're not sure they will ever see him again. If we dig into some of the other memoirs and journals, we see some of the same thing. People are leaving whatever their situation is and going into some difficult situation for a lot of different reasons. Many of them in this same circumstance. They're a young person and they feel like, this is really the only next step. They're willing to take a crazy step, a big risk. That stepping out idea reminds me of Joseph Plum Martin's memoir about being a Revolutionary War soldier. And he's just a young man. He's working on the farm at home. The war starts up and he decides he's going to leave home against his father's wishes, just like Nicholas Cresswell, and become a soldier. And he does so, and he describes all these very, very difficult situations. But by the time you get into the book, he doesn't seem to think that was the wrong thing to do, that it was the right thing to do, even though it was very, very difficult. And almost all of these journals and memoirs have that same kind of beginning where, they definitely have to sort of break away, and a lot of people don't think they're doing what they ought to be doing. Nicholas Cresswell, turns out that he goes back to Great Britain. He does not continue in America. That's very interesting. He's like, no, this isn't the place for me. I do need to go back to my family. And maybe it was easier for him at that point to make up. I think the reason why he leaves is because he has a real relationship problem with his father. Maybe he fixes that up. Whatever it is, turns out that going back to England is the thing for him. Most of these other ones, well, they continue on with their adventure. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to continue on. I think I'm going to grab up a couple of other journals with a very similar beginning to that, and we'll touch on those in the next episode. Thank you so much for coming along with me today. I hope you have a wonderful day, and thanks for watching.